Russell ready for Verstappen showdown in F1 2026. If you want to win, you want to fight for it and win fairly on track. George Russell enters the 2026 Formula One season with confidence, composure, and a clear message to the rest of the grid. The Mercedes driver is not only comfortable with being labeled a title favorite, but openly welcomes a direct fight with four-time world champion Max Verstappen as Formula One begins a bold new era. The 2026 season represents one of the most dramatic resets in modern F1 history. Brand new technical regulations have ushered in completely redesigned cars, revised aerodynamics, and a fresh generation of power units. With such sweeping change, the competitive order remains largely unknown, and preseason expectations are built as much on history as on early indications. History, of course, suggests that regulation revolutions often produce dominant forces. Mercedes famously capitalized on the 2014 power unit overhaul to secure 8 consecutive Constructors' Championships, establishing one of the most successful dynasties the sport has ever seen. Now, more than a decade later, many within the paddock believe Mercedes may once again be perfectly positioned to thrive. Those suspicions were strengthened during the Formula One shakedown in Barcelona, where Russell's pace and composure stood out. His performance immediately placed him among the leading contenders for the 2026 World Championship, even before competitive running truly began. Yet Russell is under no illusion that the road to a maiden title will be straightforward. Verstappen remains the benchmark. Although Lando Norris arrives as the reigning world champion after a dominant 2025 campaign with McLaren's MCL39, Russell is clear about who he considers the ultimate reference point on the grid. Max Verstappen, the four-time world champion, remains widely regarded as the most complete driver in Formula One. Despite uncertainty surrounding Red Bull's transition to an in-house power unit for 2026, Russell believes Verstappen will remain deeply embedded in the title fight. Speaking during Mercedes F1 2026 team launch, Russell made it clear that a direct battle with Verstappen is exactly what he wants. "I want to go head-to-head with Max, and of course, Lando had a great season last year." It was a statement that reflected ambition rather than bravado. For Russell, becoming world champion means beating the very best, not inheriting success through circumstance. No extra pressure as title favorite. Despite growing expectations surrounding Mercedes' prospects under the new regulations, Russell insists that being labeled a favorite has not added pressure. But no, it doesn't add pressure. "I think maybe the fans and people expect a potential Mercedes versus McLaren, because there's a lot of anticipation that Mercedes will clearly have the best power unit." Mercedes' reputation as the gold standard in power unit development has followed them into the 2026 era. Many believe their technical strength could once again give them a crucial edge. However, Russell is quick to caution against underestimating rival manufacturers. But it seems like the other engine manufacturers have done a good job, and Red Bull has always had a great car, even during the Mercedes-dominated years. He underlined that Red Bull's previous limitations were not related to chassis performance. Their engine was the issue, not the car, and we clearly know how great Max is. If Red Bull's new power unit proves competitive, Russell expects Verstappen to immediately reassert himself at the front of the grid. He will be very involved in the championship. Rather than fearing Verstappen's presence, Russell embraces it. So, yeah, I think he will be very involved in the championship this year, and that's good. For Russell, the essence of championship success lies in competition, not comfort. Of course you hope it can be a little bit easier, but it should never be easy, and if you want to win, you want to fight for it and win fairly on track. Those words carry particular weight given the history between Russell and Verstappen, most notably their high-profile clash at the end of the 2024 season. Yet instead of shying away from rivalry, Russell appears eager to let it define the sport at its best. A multi-team title fight on the horizon. While Verstappen is central to the narrative, Russell is keenly aware that the 2026 season could produce one of the most competitive title battles in recent memory. The top 4 teams from 2025, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes, all appear capable of fighting at the front once again. Ferrari, in particular, has shown promising signs, with Lewis Hamilton setting the fastest lap during Barcelona testing. Russell believes this level of competition is exactly what Formula One needs. The best scenario for the sport and also for the drivers is having a number of different drivers and teams all fighting each other, he added. He continued, I think right now it looks like Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, and ourselves are, let's say, 4 teams quite close to one another. Such parity would not only elevate the spectacle, but also ensure that the eventual champion emerges from sustained, high-level competition. Aston Martin, the dark horse. Beyond the established front-runners, Russell also highlighted Aston Martin as a potential disruptor. Now a full Honda Works team, Aston Martin enters 2026 under the technical leadership of legendary designer Adrian Newey and with 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso behind the wheel. You can't ignore what Aston Martin has done and what Adrian has done with that car, Russell said. Although the team finished 7th in the 2025 standings, Russell believes their trajectory is upward. The car looks very spectacular, and Honda in recent years with Red Bull has had a very good engine. With elite technical leadership, proven power unit performance, and one of the most experienced drivers in the sport, Aston Martin could play a decisive role in shaping the championship battle. A defining season for Russell. For George Russell, 2026 is more than just another opportunity, it is a defining moment. This is the season in which he aims to establish himself not only as Mercedes' leader, but as the central figure of Formula One's new era. With new regulations, fierce rivals across multiple teams, and the ever-present benchmark of Max Verstappen, Russell knows the challenge ahead is immense. But if his words are any indication, he would not want it any other way. He does not want an easy title. He wants a real one earned against the best, decided on track, and remembered as a true fight. And if that journey requires a season-long duel with Max Verstappen in 2026, George Russell looks ready to embrace it. As Formula One prepares to enter its new technical era, the stage is set for a season that could redefine the competitive landscape of the sport. With Mercedes confident in its foundations, McLaren carrying momentum from a championship-winning year, Ferrari quietly rebuilding its strength, and Red Bull refusing to fade despite major internal changes, the margins at the front are expected to be razor-thin. For George Russell, that uncertainty is not a concern, it is an opportunity. After years of development, patience, and learning alongside champions, he now finds himself at the center of the title conversation, armed with belief in both his own ability and Mercedes' direction. The prospect of battling Max Verstappen once again only sharpens his focus. It is a rivalry shaped by past flashpoints, contrasting styles, and an unspoken mutual respect forged through competition at the highest level. In a season where nothing is guaranteed, Russell's mindset is clear. Greatness must be earned, not given. If 2026 delivers on its promise, Formula One fans could witness a championship decided not by regulation advantage alone, but by wheel-to-wheel combat, strategic precision, and mental resilience across an entire season. And at the heart of it all may be a simple question: can George Russell turn expectation into reality, and finally claim his place at the very top of Formula One, with Max Verstappen standing directly in his way?